epitome of how to keep a self-esteem. I love your attitude, cause grind is what you do. Eye to eyes, right exactly where I'm seeing you. I say we make a crew, yeah, just me and you. You pick the name, I chase the fame and drop the world a clue. I love the way you ride, my little sea-doo. I say you go and hide and act surprised, peekaboo. My little honeydew, you play it so cool. You keep me coming back, running back, redo. Guess who? Thought about you all day. Dirty thoughts make it hot, Kama Sutra. Imagine that body twisting every way. I camcord it, keep me pushing replay, and replay. Why hot damn?
I think we're recording. Hopefully a bird doesn't poop on my computer.
Oh my god. Presses delete.
Yeah, right. Comes in and just hacks it. It's those dang government pigeons.
I know.
All right. Well, welcome to this Juan Time, guys. Today I'm joined with Squyyd. One name only, much like Madonna, much like Prince.
Yeah, just one.
What's your legal name? What are we saying here?
Oh man,
I don't even know.
I know. I always try to keep it like a secret.
I wasn't sure. Okay.
Oh no, but
no.
We can. My real name is Sydney.
Oh, shh. To find out her real name, you have to go see her play. Okay.
Okay.
Then she'll tell you her real name.
That out.
Yeah. We'll just say you're Melbourne for this one. So I just know you as Squyyd. We are here recording live from Greenwood Brewery in downtown Phoenix on Roosevelt Row, and it's funny that we land ourselves here because when I met you, me and Alex were playing here in a duo set for my band, and he's like, let's just go to the Lost Leaf, let's see what's popping off over there, in between our sets. We roll over, we see this big neon sign that says, you can't read it. Actually, I didn't know what it meant at first.
Really?
We're trying. I'm like, what is? And we're like, oh, it's a keyboard pianist. And so he's like, we need a piano player. And so we find out that it's you. And you're like, your name sounds familiar.
Oh, really?
And and we're like, where do I know that? And then Alex put two and two together. He's like, wait. Does Fish drum for you? Because Fish is drumming for us at the time too, and I know he had mentioned, he's like, I know a keyboard player because we were looking for one. So, we met you when we were actually here the first time we played here, and so I thought, what a better place. I called him up. I'm like, hey, can I just take your corner, and interview a great musician and a beautiful soul from everything I've seen. So I appreciate you making some time. Yeah. And coming in, and I'm interested in getting to know you.
Yeah. So. Oh well, thank you. I was really excited about this because I don't think I've never done a podcast before.
Yeah.
Nobody's really asked me to do one.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh dang.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know why? As soon as I heard this one fact about you, I was like, okay, I got to have her on.
Oh, really?
Because not only are you, like I said, a great musician, you have a great voice. I think you have good stage presence for sitting at a piano. But your name, Squyyd.
Oh.
How you landed on that name. Can you tell me the story on how you landed on that name?
Actually, yes, I can. So, Squyyd, I didn't come up with it. Mm-hmm. It was actually given to me. So in middle school, I went to private school. That's when I started going to private school. And I went to a school that was, dominantly one race. Mm-hmm. And I'm Filipino, so I'm Asian. And people weren't really educated about Asian people, so I got made fun of a lot. And bullied a lot for it, and other things about how I looked. And Squyyd was the name. Squyyd and Squydd was the name that they gave me.
Gotcha.
And I hated that name.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah,
yes.
I hated the name. And then after I was about to go to high school, and I was like, oh, I hate how just my life is here at school. I'm gonna glow up. So then I took the name. Yeah. And I switched it. And I just kind of used it as...
You took it. You owned it. Yeah.
And then when I started doing music, it was my Instagram name for a while. And then I started to morph it into my music. And now people like just know me as Squyyd, the musician.
That's is amazing. So I heard that fact. I was like, here is this nickname used in a derogatory fashion, and you said, nah, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna make big things happen with that. Like, you owned it. At that point, you're just like, screw you. You're using it in this way. Well, I'm gonna take it and make something better out of it. I mean, there's a lot of like, to me, like the main one that comes up is like the N word or any racial slur where it's like, no, I'm gonna take that and now I'm using it and we're gonna switch it up. And that takes a lot of strength, courageousness and character to be able to do that and to just be like, yeah, no, this is me, this is who I am, and let's go. So that when I heard that, I was like, okay, I gotta have her on. Let's see where this goes.
Oh, that's really cool. I think that's one part that's like pretty cool, or I think is like really unique, is a lot of the things with music. Like, I don't think I chose it. I think it kind of just came to me naturally. Like, it just, I don't know how to explain. Like, it chose me in a way. Yeah. If that makes sense.
It makes sense. For some people, it's hard, but when you're an artist, that's what most artists will say. You're like, I don't know why I chose this, or I didn't actively choose this. You feel like it's something that you need to do.
Like the opportunity was presented itself to me. I wasn't actively going out, and it was pretty much my job if I wanted to take it. And from that, without saying like, I still had to put in a lot of work. For sure. But just how it came about, it's kind of...
not saying that that you didn't chase it or then put in the work, but you realize that there's like something kind of calling you, like Moana in the ocean, right? Where it's like she doesn't want it, she doesn't really want to, but it's calling you, and then but you still have to put in the work, you still have to put in the effort. Nothing comes easy. That's
actually how I started doing music in general. So if I can't tell the story.
Hey, I'm here. I'm on your time, so we're going wherever you go.
Okay, cool. So actually how I started music, I started playing the piano when I was 4. So it was actually when my parents moved out here, they wanted my older sister to start an instrument, so they bought a baby grand for her. And they had a teacher come and have lessons for her, and at the time I was like 4, and I would sit in on her lessons and watch her, and then whenever the teacher would leave the house, I would go over there and try to imitate what she was doing. So my parents saw that I had like a natural like interest to want to do the piano, so then they asked the teacher if I could, but my fingers were too small. So I had to wait a year for my fingers to grow, because I had to be able to reach an octave, which is 8 white keys. So at 5 years old, I officially started the piano, and it was just like a thing that I did, like a hobby. And then it wasn't until during the time that in middle school, that I really had like a commitment to actually take it seriously. And actually start singing. So it was actually from a dream I had. Okay. It was literally a dream. I was sleeping in my parents' room.
Were you like in a sugar coma? You're like after like a sleepover or something?
Probably. I was in my parents' room because I was afraid of the dark at the time. And I was just sleeping, and then I had a dream about... It had Justin Bieber in it. It was a weird dream, but literally something clicked in my head that I still cannot explain, and I know that has some kind of spiritual aspect to it, but I've never felt sure about anything in my entire life. And from that day on, I spent the entire summer and just sitting on the piano for hours, teaching myself how to play and sing. And then YouTube became my best friend, and American Idol, and I looked up to all those people. And so, that's just kind of how it, and I just haven't stopped since.
Did you ever try out for one of those singing shows?
I always thought about it.
You haven't? Oh, you have to.
I've thought about about it.
Yeah.
Like last year, I kept seeing it on my Instagram feed, and I was like,
Oh, they know it. They're trying to promote to you. They're like, let's get
know.
another entry.
I know.
You should definitely do it.
I'm thinking about it more seriously now.
Yeah.
It's just like because it's kind of like competitive.
For sure.
I just have to make sure I have like that mental strength to do that.
Yeah, a lot of mental strength. Yeah, that's the perfect word.
Yeah.
You get really tested. I mean, just in
Yeah.
general, being an artist, you're putting yourself out there. And you're putting yourself out there in a way that it can sometimes feel like the rejection comes a lot,
Yeah.
right? You know, you fail more than you win at anything. And I mean, we've all played shows to like the bartender and like one other person, or packed houses, so it's like all over the place on what you can do. And it takes a certain person to continue doing it when they keep getting challenged, when it's not always like what people envision. Oh, you play music? Yeah. Everybody's like there, listen. And they're like packed rooms, like not even packed room, like a room like this. And if we were playing music and when we finish a song and there's no clapping, I'm just like, what is going on in here? Like,
is something wrong?
Somebody
with me?
just changed the atmosphere sonically, and you're not even acknowledging, like, not even just like, hey, good job. No, nothing. They're just like, okay, we're just a TV in the background.
I know, we're just background music.
Yeah, but it's there's some mental fortitude that's required to continue doing it at that point, and those shows are super competitive, right?
Yeah.
They are, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
But you know what? Anybody says, right? The exposure. Imagine the exposure.
Yeah, even if like I always think about like even if you don't like win or like get further, like you still get exposure.
The exposure and experience.
Yeah.
Trial, because that's all it is, right? Just trial and error.
Yeah,
Trial and error.
exactly. So and when it's meant to be, now I'm thinking like I'm feeling like if it's meant to be, like I feel ready to.
Oh, gotcha.
Or
okay.
if then I'll do it, and I think it's getting a little closer.
Becoming a little bit more. You just need another
more
dream.
Intrigued.
Hey,
I know.
dream.
I know. I need one more of those.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What would so do you watch many of those singing shows?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Which is your favorite then?
I grew up. Well, I have to say American Idol, because like that's
longevity.
how I like found kind of the style that I like, or the era of music.
Wait, were
I
you
like.
even born when Kelly
No.
Clarkson won?
No. Wait, was I?
That would have been what, 2000, 2001?
Oh my god, I was barely born. I was like barely.
So yeah, you grew up with this show.
Yeah.
There you go.
Why was that like the first season they had?
Yeah, the first season was like 2001, Kelly Clarkson, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. 2000. Pretty good year.
Y2K.
Yeah,
World
yeah.
almost ended, but it didn't.
I know. I'm
And it
still
continues.
here.
Yeah, right. Some people are happy about it. Some people are sad about it. So, like, what's one right now that you would pursue, or you would, if you're gonna go into it, then you just cast the wide net, right? Put it into each one, or what's one like right now that you're like, oh, I would love to be on, The Voice, or is it gonna be that
The
one?
Voice. Yeah. I was thinking The Voice.
Because it's a little bit more like interactive with like a celebrity singer.
Yeah, it's a lot
To
more
coaching.
interactive with like the coaching too, and just I think like I like the, I don't know if it's like the approval, but like the.
You just want the opportunity to hug Bruno Mars.
Oh
Or no,
my
what's the other guy?
gosh.
What's the other guy there?
Is he up there, Bruno Mars?
No, I mixed him up with the other handsome biracial man. What's his name? I'm trying to blank on his name.
Is it John Legend?
Yes. Can't
Oh,
believe I forgot that,
yeah.
yeah.
John
Look
Legend.
at you.
Oh man. He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
He's great.
Oh man. Yeah, all of those people. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
love to meet. Or actually, no. One. Well, let me ask. Okay, can I ask you
whatever.
if there's one artist that you could interview, dead or alive? Who would
Oh my
it be?
God. Can we circle back to that?
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
think about it.
Yeah.
All right, go on. What were you gonna say though? We were talking about John Legend. I threw you off with John Legend.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I would love to like meet like all those people. Like sometimes, like
Yes.
I'll like daydream about like having a conversation with them. Like I'm in my car, like, oh yeah,
Like
I just hung out with him.
yeah, like redoing arguments in the shower. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
I should have said this.
You said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll daydream about that a lot. But it's cool because like I was just talking to Paris about this. Like all the things that I would daydream, like slowly I end up experiencing them.
Okay, so
So
you
it's
feel like
almost
you're
like
almost like a
this,
green
like-
seer of a sense.
Like I'm almost just unintentionally manifesting them.
Yeah, because you're putting in the work. So I wouldn't say, oh, because I'm thinking positively per se, or like thinking, oh, I wish this happens. Like it just happens. You're maintaining a great
Yeah.
positive attitude, but you're putting in the man
Yeah.
hours, the woman hours. There you go.
Yeah.
Which are worth twice as much.
But yeah, I think like, yeah, before I thought that manifestation was just like, oh, you wish it and then it just comes to you. But I was like, what is like, there any work in that?
You have to put in the
I
work.
think, yeah.
Even then, even if you didn't put in the work and some semblance of that did come about it, then you would only take it for granted, or you wouldn't even see it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like I would only feel like I just didn't deserve it as much. If
Well-
I didn't, I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't deserve it if I didn't work for it.
And I mean, this is the second episode in a row this comes up, but there's the imposter syndrome. I mean, people already feel like, I don't deserve all of this, even though you are putting in the work. So imagine like not putting in the work.
Yeah.
Or like the con artists, people that just like constantly cheat. Like they have to, not only are they lying to you, but they're having to lie to themselves, because if they don't lie to themselves, it's like, how do you even get by?
Yeah,
How do you
exactly.
live?
How do you exactly. How do you like make all these big, bold moves that are like empty promises without having to convince yourself
Yeah.
that much that, like, without having to go insane?
Exactly. I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I
me
could not
either.
do it. No way.
Yeah,
way.
I'd be pulling my hair out.
For sure. Right. Yeah, and it's a lot of hair to pull out.
Yeah, I'd be bald.
A little Sinead O'Connor. Yeah. The imposter syndrome is so real. So if you don't put in the work and the effort, then you're gonna miss the opportunity. So even if you get that dream, you're not ready for it.
Yeah.
Like how many times? Actually, that's a good point. Like how many times has something come to us, and we just didn't put in the work and the effort, and so we didn't recognize the opportunity, and then it went by, and then here you are and be like, oh, I never catch a break. But it's like, no, you've had some. You're just blind to them because you're neglecting the actual work.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Like kind of wild.
that's a little heavy.
I'll go cry real quick.
I know, right?
Excuse me.
So an artist that I would like to interview, is that what you're saying? So like a musician of some sort?
Okay, let's say either musician or just like a historical figure.
Oh
or
my
someone
God, that's so
I'm gonna
crazy. You're
broaden
like
that.
way out there. I don't know. Man, that's a rough one. Maybe like Tesla or Newton, Isaac Newton, because I think Isaac Newton died a virgin. And then Tesla was in love with like a pigeon. And
what?
Well,
really?
So here's the conversation I recently had with one of my friends talking about Kanye, right? Because they're like, oh, he's so crazy, he's this, he's that, and I'm like, we're only viewing it in the context of now, because when you hear about that Nikola Tesla, this famous inventor that Edison robbed a bunch of shit from, was in love with a pigeon. Like honestly, like in love with like this avian bird.
I didn't learn that in school.
So it's like with genius, there's genius. What's that? The genius and insanity are next door neighbors or something like that. Like being crazy and genius is right there.
Oh wow!
Because imagine how different your mind already has to work to think about things differently, that it just kind of bleeds out into everything else. And that's why like you have to be able to separate the art from the artist. So liking a Michael Jackson song or an R. Kelly song or, you know, anything from a controversial figure, you have to be able to separate the art from the artist, because we just mentioned sometimes this stuff feels like it comes to us. It's not from us per se. Like the universe is using us as the vessel. So in that moment, they created a beautiful piece of art or a new invention came through them, but it's not them. They were just the vessel that the information came to the world in. So I think you have to be able to separate that. And Kanye said some wild stuff. I haven't even looked into it. I just read some headlines, and I know that is. But we, as like me, I'm not gonna speak for you, but me as just a normal person that's not remotely intelligent on like some of these levels, that like I can't comprehend how somebody's brain like that works. And so I think we just have to give them a little bit of grace, still hold them accountable. You're still accountable for your words and actions, but maybe a little bit of grace. But long story to get to maybe Nikola Tesla and ask him what his favorite sex position with the pigeon was. No, I'm just messing. Just messing.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry for that.
Oh my god, that's funny. Is it the same pigeon that's gonna poop on your laptop?
Oh, it might be.
Or is it from the
Stop manifesting things. Stop
government
manifesting.
Pigeon?
So are you first generation U.S. citizen?
I am, yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah, both of my parents are from the Philippines.
Really? So do you speak, is it Tagalog?
It's pronounced Tagalog.
Okay, see, I'm not intelligent.
No,
Here we
that's
go.
okay. I do not. I wish I did. There's like very few words that I'll know.
Yeah.
I think it's only the bad words.
Oh, of course, you have to.
Yeah,
You
those
gotta
are very
know.
necessary.
You
yeah.
have to.
Yeah. So like when me and my sister we're the only ones that know like the bad words. So I can only talk to her.
Wait, you have an older sister and a younger sister?
No, just an older sister.
Wait, Kat's older than you?
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was younger than you for some reason.
I know, yeah, because she's short. She's small. A lot of people think
You ate all her food. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I took all the vitamins.
Yeah, does she play music as well?
She doesn't. So she's more of an artist. She's a graphic designer.
Okay. So she's got the eye.
Yeah, she's got the eyes for it, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. So do you guys ever like just curse each other in Tagalog? Is that what? How do you pronounce it?
Yeah, Tagalog.
Tagalog.
Sometimes, like if we're.
That's when you know you really mean it.
Yeah.
When you dig into that.
Yeah.
Fanny pack.
We just know like the gross words.
Hell yeah. Can you teach me one? What's your favorite one?
Well, like I don't want to say gross, but like I don't know what example like booty, like that's bolded.
Bold it?
That's booty. That's all.
Okay.
Like just stuff like that.
Still the B though. Still the B.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's a lot of like. I tried to learn it from an app.
Oh really? What if you learned it in song form? Like what if you like?
I did. Like I was saying, I have some. Well, I don't write them, but like I have some songs that I'll like cover that are in Tagalog that I like.
Yeah.
I haven't sang any of them out here, but
really?
I do like. I thought about that.
You should.
Yeah, like learning from there. But then I'll have like I'm always asking my mom like, what does this mean? Like, you just sit here and like translate it for me,
right?
Yeah.
No. I feel the same with my kids because my first language is Spanish. Mm-hmm. My parents weren't born in the U.S. Mm-hmm. I was, and my first language is Spanish, and my kids don't know Spanish.
Oh, really?
And they're like 7 and 8, and I'm just like, oh my god! I've always talked about how it's like a disservice to not learn it, but here I am not teaching them how to speak it.
It's not too late.
It's not. No, it's never too late.
7 and 8?
Yeah, it's never too late for sure.
Yeah, I know my mom tried. My dad was like hard on my mom, like, you should have taught them.
Yeah.
And my mom tried to when we were like probably around that age, but every time that we would have a lesson, she would fall asleep.
Oh.
So.
But that's the thing, is like you have to use it. because that's where I'm at with my Spanish. The only time I really use it these days is at my work with customers. You know, and that's really the only time I'm using Spanish.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of family that speaks primarily Spanish, but I don't really see them that often or speak with them. But yeah, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. Yeah. So no, that makes sense.
So you just gotta move to the Philippines. Maybe you blow up there and then come back.
Yeah. And then I speak a different language.
Yeah. Have you ever been actually?
No, I haven't.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
You gotta go.
I want to so bad. That's like on my bucket list to go.
Do you still have family back there?
We have some, but it's very distant family. Like it would be like great aunts and uncles or like second cousins or something that exist.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but we're all over here now. Well, we're the only ones in Arizona, but they're all pretty much in California and Oregon.
Okay, on the West Coast?
Yeah.
Right there. So they can just jump on a boat and...
Oh, yeah.
The 3 months it would take to get there.
I know.
Yeah, there you go. Be a nice workout.
I know.
Come back ripped. You'd be ripping on that piano.
I'd probably break it.
Yeah. You'd have to get like a heavy duty one.
Yeah.
For sure. Does your piano have a name?
It doesn't. I've thought about naming it because I named my car. It's such a weird name too.
Yeah.
So I have a Honda CR-V.
Okay.
Like a mini SUV, and it's
a good
brown.
musician car.
Yeah,
for sure.
and it used to be my mom's, and it's just a very like when I look at it, it looks like an old lady would drive it.
Gertrude?
No, very close. It's with a G.
Oh.
Gladys.
Oh, I like Gladys.
Yeah, it's like a really sweet old lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Gladys Knight.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Gladys Knight?
Yeah, the singer.
Wait, the
Oh.
singer?
Yeah.
I don't think I know who that
A
is.
disco queen, I think, is what she did. I think she did Last Dance. Didn't she do Last Dance? Last Dance. Da, da, da. I'm sorry if she didn't, by the way. Don't sue me for singing 2 seconds of it poorly.
Copyright.
Gladys, nice. She's been good to you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's probably like the best car I've ever had. Like, I've never had like any problems with it except for the tires. Yeah, and I mean, I'm not the best driver. Like all the people that say Arizona drivers don't know how to drive. Yeah, I'm one of them.
Oh, you're proving the fact,
I'm one of
right?
them. Yeah, especially when it rains. Oh, I just don't go out.
Well, you're too busy dreaming up and manifesting things.
Yes, honestly, like my car is like my sanctuary.
Don't incriminate yourself right now.
It is.
Yeah, no, it leads to a lot of breakthrough moments, like a long car ride or something.
Yeah, because I live in Buckeye, so
dang.
I commute a lot.
Yeah.
So
Well, thank you for making the drive. Holy crap.
I'm always out here, so I love being out here.
Okay.
So, but I wouldn't miss this.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, all the way from Buckeye. So, you have a lot of time to really use that vehicle as a vehicle for new ideas.
Yeah.
To work out problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like, oh my gosh. I feel like I think about everything in that car. Like, I've written songs in that car while I'm driving.
Yeah.
I've screamed in that car. I've gone over arguments in that car.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gladys is your therapist.
Yeah, me and Gladys are, and she always takes me to all of my gigs.
Yeah, right?
So,
well, and then you can pack, a lot of people in for the after party.
Yeah.
Or to hit the drive-through.
Exactly.
What's a favorite late night spot?
I love McDonald's fries.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're fries.
So bad, but it's so good.
It's all right.
Yeah, McDonald's fries. Oh. Like, if I'm, like, out really late, like, let's say I went out or something, yeah, that's perfect.
Really? Nice. We just had, I just had the Taco Boys here for the first time the other night.
Did? How is
Woo!
it?
It was
It's
amazing.
good?
Other than the fact that they didn't tell me how to operate, freaking how to order and pay. So
Why? Is it, like,
I was
electronic?
being unobservant, maybe. Yeah, it was after I went to go see Snailmate. They opened up for my buddies, the Woodworks, right here at Last Exit, where I saw you.
Oh,
That's where
nice.
I saw you. And so afterwards, I was like, yo, we need some tacos. We've been talking about tacos all night. So we just hit this spot right here, Taco Boys, and they're packed. You go in, you order, they write you the slip, and then I'm like, okay. And then I walk and grab all the, salsas and limes.
Yeah,
and
you
then
stack up.
we find seating because it's packed, and we sit down. And me and my friend are just sitting there. We're like, okay. We're like, damn, where's our food? Like, and I think maybe like 25 minutes passes by because we were like, they're busy. And so I finally go out. I was like, I'm gonna go ask. And I go, hey, dude, like, where's our food? He's like, well, you gotta go pay, bro. I was like, no one told me. The guy taking the money is the guy that wrote up the ticket too. Like, he didn't say like, how do you want to pay? Yeah. So I go over there. I was like, I guess I gotta pay, bro. He's like, yeah, you do. I was like, you couldn't have told me that like 20 minutes ago. Like, you saw me go sit down. Anyways, the food was out within like 3 minutes of that.
Okay, that's good.
And it was fire.
It was good.
Yeah.
I hear so many things about that place.
Yeah, I recommend it for sure.
Man, my whole family went there already.
Really?
Yeah. They found a day there. I'm not available and went.
I might just hit it on the way out. Yeah, I might. What's the weirdest food you've ever eaten, since we're on food topic? And you're Filipino and Asian, so you got a nickname by Squyyd. I mean, have you had squid?
Oh, yeah. I love squid.
There you go. See,
I
you
love
just embraced
squid.
it.
Yes. I love squid. Like, I think one time we went to, like, Korean barbecue and they had, like, the little baby squids. And I felt bad after a while.
Wait, were they
eating
alive?
it. No,
Okay.
but they were like, they weren't breaded or anything, so you could actually see it.
They paint frowny faces on them.
Like,
So it just makes it extra.
faces.
A little tear.
Don't eat me.
Oh my gosh.
But like, even like the head was like very like mushy.
Really?
And I just knew that I was eating its brain.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad, but I was like, oh, whatever.
Well, we eat everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
How come I don't feel bad when I eat a cow?
Yeah, exactly right. That's I think that's acquired, an acquired not only taste but just like getting past that and the texture and all of that. Yeah,
like gummy, chewy taste.
It's taken me a while, but if it's really, I guess, like simmered and slowly cooked over a long period of time and it's so like tender, then it's good. But when it's like rubbery, I can't get that. No.
Yeah.
I feel like go take a bite out of my tires. Go take a bite out of Gladys.
It was probably the same thing. But to answer your question, the weirdest thing I've tried is probably like jellyfish tentacle things.
No shit.
Jellyfish. What do they call those little things that they swim on? Those legs,
Aren't they called tentacles?
right? Yeah. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I don't know if that's wrong, but yeah.
I'm gonna go to Wikipedia and change it if it isn't.
Jellyfish.
I'm gonna do it right now.
It's that easy
And
nowadays.
and down the bottom, the footnote's gonna be like Squyyd. This one time
Squyyd
podcast,
said
episode
so.
57. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that I've eaten that before, and I thought it was noodles.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
no, my dad didn't tell me anything.
Wait,
and then
so-
I ate it, and
Wait, did he bring it home and cook it, or you guys
no,
went out
it was
for
at
it?
a Chinese restaurant.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
No way.
So they got some wild things there.
Yeah, I imagine
like,
so.
Like frog legs
And bats.
chicken feet.
No, just messing.
Oh no, I was thinking about it. I was like, wait, have I? No.
Oh, you're the one that brought COVID here. There you go.
Surprise, guys.
Surprise.
It was me.
I'm a government agent. You pull off
Yeah.
your mask and
I'm
you're
a pigeon.
Oh, yes. Look at that. We're in sync.
Nice.
We're in sync, folks. This is what you call a flow state. What do you think about this? It's goza? Is that what she said? I was calling it gose.
Oh, is it
I was calling it
goza?
gose because it
Like
looks like Jose.
I thought it was Jose.
Yeah, right. We'll just call it Jose.
Okay, yeah, Jose.
Like, I'm paying for it. I can call it what I want.
Amen. That's true. I actually do like it.
Yeah, it's not bad, huh?
It's good. I'm not like much of like a beer or IPA drinker.
I've never been like
But
a beer
it's
person.
It's pretty good. Why?
Yeah.
What's your drink?
Ooh. It's a steep question. For sure, like the whiskeys and bourbons. Tequila, gin. I really like gin, especially because a lot of people don't like gin. So a little bit of me is like,
Ooh.
yeah, I'm gonna embrace this.
Yeah,
that
I'm
it's
different.
yeah, it's. Have you ever heard where people like drinking gin is like drinking a Christmas tree? Because that's what it kind of like feels like, right? It's all piney and like very like up here. Yeah, it's very strong. It's,
Oh wow.
You have to much like anything, much like beer.
Taste.
Yeah, you have to just build your palate for it.
Okay.
You know, it's like maybe like cigars or just cuisine in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, anytime I go out, I'm always liquor. But we've been playing a lot of places like this, like breweries and whatnot, like as duos or soft sets. And when they don't have anything, well, now I'm experimenting.
Yeah.
And I had a friend join us in San Diego, and she runs a beer page. And so having her around for a couple of the shows was like, yeah, try this, try that, try this. And I was like, dude, that's clutch.
It's good to have somebody like that.
Yeah, I found out I do like sours, I think is what it is.
Really?
The sours.
Okay.
So if you find yourself in another situation, just ask them what they have for sours. And these places are super cool. They'll always give you like a little sample so you can find out what you're writing on.
Yeah, that's true. I know. I think it was... I only started to, again, when I started playing at like the Wayward Tap House.
Oh, I don't think I've been there yet.
You haven't?
When's your next one? I'll go.
I don't play there anymore.
Oh, you grew out of it.
Well, they like more like DJ
of course.
And, you know, I'm like the soulful.
Yeah,
slow kind of. So, but when I would play there, like I was so lost in ordering, because I usually order like liquor. Like mine is either tequila or rum.
Okay, yeah. Oh, rum, yes, rum for sure.
Either one of those.
Ooh, there's one Bumby. I'll send you the picture. I think I still got it. I bought it on Christmas, like for Christmas. It's a bottle of rum. So smooth.
Oh, really?
So smooth. I'll send it to you. You love it. Your parents love. I did meet your parents actually.
Yeah, you did.
Oh my God, your parents are so cool. Holy crap.
They're gonna love me. You hear saying that.
Yes, I forgot I did meet your parents that night at Last Exit. Yeah, your dad's got style. I see where you guys get it. And he's like, I gotta keep up with you. You and Kat, you guys have lots of style. I like it.
Thanks. Actually, he ended up buying. Remember the shoes that you were wearing? Yeah. He ended up buying some, and then he ended up getting me some for Christmas.
Oh, you got them?
Yeah, look at them.
And it's a Kraken.
I know.
I got the orange one of those.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, my license plate on my old truck said Kraken.
Oh, really?
Because I was drinking the Kraken a lot, the rum.
Oh.
The dark stuff. Yeah, I was drinking that a lot. Anyways, but well, that leads it to like the octopus, right? Where it's like they're very advanced creatures.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, this is a very intelligent creature. It's not a dumb cow, right?
Yeah.
But he bought those. He
did. He ended up buying them.
He said he was going to. Yeah.
Really?
Well, I believed him. Well, he pulled it up right there on site.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, he really when he sees something that he likes, especially with shoes, there's no going back.
Speaking of that night, did I tell you that I really did get teary-eyed when you first started singing, and it was completely unexpected how good you were going to be. I knew you were good. Fish had talked about you, and for you to hold your own at Lost Leaf, but seeing you there, I did. I immediately went to your dad and I was like, dude, and he's like, yeah. He's like, wait, have you not seen her? I was like, no, I've never seen her. So I think you have tremendous talent in that sense. So there are many reasons why I wanted to have you on the podcast, but you have crazy talent. Then how you got your name, and just you seem like a very, very good person.
Oh wow!
So I did want to touch that. Oh, and then shout your dad out.
And his style.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you. That I really do like hearing that. That like means a lot, especially with like another musician like yourself. And who's, I'm sure has done it for a long time. And, like, I look up to these people that play at these places here and have done it. Because I'm still learning a lot. For sure. Especially with playing with other people. So, hearing that, it warms my heart.
It does, right? Hearing it from other artists is the big ticket. I mean, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to kind of, I don't know, make something special happen on stage, Yeah. So, like, for me, it's like I like to move around a lot on stage when I perform. So it conveys that, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing up there. And hopefully that bleeds off onto people in the crowd. And they use that to maybe I don't know, have a good night themselves, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're going to be out here. Why are you going to be out here and just kind of...
I know.
You just kind of sit there. It's like, no, man, take in the atmosphere and create a fun time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good advice. I think that's something that I'm growing on, like, learning how to do.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm pretty shy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty kind of...
Reserved.
Yeah, a little reserved. And
yeah.
so that's one thing that I'm learning how to do. Is just like, I don't take it so seriously. Just have fun.
Just have fun. Yeah. Because ultimately, people remember how you made them feel more than, you know, what you said, what you did per se. The feeling that they get speaks more to the soul, and I think that's how you're able to connect with people more than even just doing a good deed. Mm-hmm. It's like, because somebody can do something nice for you, but it can seem kind of mechanical. But if they do something nice for you, but there's like this extra level of depth or like a different touch on it, then you just remember it way more.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so we have the power to do that. So, you know, we play, you know, soul and blues, which can kind of get repetitive too. So if I'm on stage, maybe being a little extra or, you know, this and that, it's I think people can get a different feeling other than just, you know, just sitting up there. Because you've seen like, I play bass, so you've seen bass players who just kind of like, and they're good. But it's like when you see that person that's like getting into it. Yeah,
exactly. It immediately catches your eye.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So that's good advice.
A little bit harder for you because you're sitting at a piano.
Know. But sometimes I always think of getting like a guitar. Oh my god, that'd be so cool.
Oh my gosh. That would be pretty cool.
So cool. That's so different, but it would be really cool though.
Yeah, bring it out for like 1 or 2 songs. Like not even tell anybody.
I know.
Just be like, I'll be right back, guys. And then you walk out with that and it's like, what?
I'm like playing it behind my back.
Yeah, for sure. With your tentacles.
I know.
Yeah, well, I guess that's why you have to like be on point with your outfits, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like, well, if I'm gonna be kind of stuck behind this piano.
I know. It's the same with like I used to love doing my nails and having long nails, but I can't do that with because when I play the piano, so I have a lot of rings.
Yes.
And I have a nice tentacle here.
Okay, I see that.
So I like to be creative with like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I'm always sitting in the back. In one spot, I like to express myself.
Yeah.
This way.
Yeah, you could like kick out your legs.
I know. Like, look at my shoes.
Yeah, get all crazy, throw a leg behind your back.
I
know. Do you have any like? Are you guys hitting the recording studio, or is it right now? It's just kind of like landing like all the correct musicians that you want to accompany you.
It's like a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to balance it, but I really do love performing, like, live stuff.
Yeah.
And I've always done it, like, ever since I was little. So that's kind of, like, more of what I know. But now since I've been playing out here in Phoenix, I've had the conversations about, hey, you have these songs, people want to hear them again, why don't you get in the studio?
Yeah.
So I've been in the studio, and I've been kind of cycling through like some like producers and stuff. I'm particular about a sound that I like. For sure. I was able to finally, I actually just finished one of them, and just like a couple days ago, so nice. I'm really happy about that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I always think the first song is, I think it would be the hardest, just because you're still trying to find out what your sound is. True. And what your style is. True. What you like, what you don't like, and like kind of like, I guess, finding out like how also the producer like works too, and how we can like work together in our styles. Yeah. So, and I'm working with Big Baby. I don't know if you know him.
No, I don't.
But he's really good. He's so talented. Yeah. He's out here in like North Phoenix. Okay. And he's very good with the R&B, like music on the R&B side. So I'm very happy I found him.
Good.
He's a gem.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Baby.
Yeah, shout out to Big Baby for sure.
Yeah. So his studio is up in North Phoenix? What it is?
Yeah, I don't know what the name is.
It's all right.
It doesn't have like. Maybe it does. I just wasn't. Maybe I was being unobservant.
Well, I mean, as soon as they follow you, you can share that,
Yes.
when you're there.
Yes, I can share it.
Yeah.
I won't hold any secrets.
and blow them up.
Yeah.
But he's got to bring you along.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
reals. Do you have any shows lined up?
I have a couple. I'll be for Martin Luther King. There's going to be a parade in downtown Mesa.
Oh, nice.
I'll just be there. I'll be there for a few minutes, just like playing like a small set.
Okay.
And
Like on a parade float or?
no, it'll be like on a stage. So I think they have like a festival going on
gotcha.
too.
Okay.
So so I'll be there. And then I'll also be at First Friday for February.
Oh,
So
okay.
the Super Bowl First Friday.
Whoa, nice. Where's that going to
Yeah.
be?
That's going to be February 3rd.
February 3rd. Where at though? Like,
I
and like
don't-
the Super Bowl party, like
Oh,
grand
no.
opening
It'll
thing?
just be... So I heard on the First Friday, February 3rd, we're still having First Friday on Roosevelt Row. And then I guess there's going to be like other stuff going on for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But it'll just be like the same thing. I'll be like on the stage that they have over there.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll be over there.
That's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, where on First Fridays? Because we've played First Fridays the last couple times, but it's always just been at Lucky's. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I always hear people playing at Lucky's.
Yeah, Lucky's is fun.
I've
Yeah,
never been there.
You gotta get in there.
I keep hearing like they have like a whole like backyard area with like stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot like this. It's in that spot. I like it a lot because it's definitely like a singles mingle spot. So like the people there are usually like really fun, good vibes. Because everybody's just there to hang and meet new people.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's a good atmosphere to be
So
around.
I dig it a lot.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And they got good food there too. They have
Oh,
like
yeah.
this food truck that's posted up right outside.
Oh,
it's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if I've seen the food truck.
Yeah, it's inside.
Oh,
So
it's
you- yeah, it's
inside.
inside. You
Oh,
have to be
okay. So
inside.
I actually have to go inside.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
haven't
go in.
been inside. Yeah.
You got to get in there.
I know.
Yeah, I gotta find out who does their booking because I think you would they would like you there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool. Yeah. I would love to. Yeah.
So outside of music, what else do you do?
Oh wow. I actually just graduated college.
Dang girl, hey, boom.
Thank
What were you studying?
I graduated with a bachelor's in behavioral health science
Okay.
and a minor in entrepreneurship.
Nice. Okay. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
so
work right there.
Yeah, so I'm really happy about that. And now I'm going back to school
Good.
to
Good.
get my master's.
Heck yeah.
That's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
So my other dream, I have two dreams.
Hey, let's add a
And
few
I
more
have-
while we're at it.
I have a couple of dreams. One, I would love to do music, but another side just to keep me like stable too. And another passion I have is I want to work to become a licensed counselor.
Okay.
So I would need my master's for that.
Like what type of counseling? Like
So
specifically or?
I'll be taking the master's program for marriage and family counseling, but
Gotcha.
I'm juggling between marriage and family or trauma. I'm
Ooh.
very interested in both of
Dang.
those. Yeah.
How are you with like bringing like work home?
Oh my god.
Do you burden yourself with other people's problems though?
Yes.
Oh, then I don't know. That
I'm
trauma one's
learning.
hard.
I know. I'll talk to like some professors that are also in that line of work, and like they say it's really hard. You gotta build like the emotional intelligence not to leave work with work.
Man, that's so hard.
And yeah, I'm just so interested in it, but right now I'm in the marriage and family
Yeah.
program right now. So, but I am interested in that. And then I just got a job too.
Okay.
So I also like working with kids.
Yeah. Nice.
So I used to work at a school district,
Uh-huh.
and then now I'm gonna be working with this Head Start program for basically for toddlers and infants. So, but I'll be a teacher for the toddlers, so I'll be teaching 3 and 4 year olds.
No way.
I know, yeah.
That's gonna flip you upside down. Like,
I know.
it brings a certain level of understanding to you, like with kids, because you're having to explain something that you already know and you've known. So you're just like, it's just like this. But kids, they bring the need for you to like start unpacking it and being like, okay, well, why do we do these things and why do we think that way? So it's gonna elevate
really,
your intelligence for sure.
I know. When I worked at the school, they always put me with kindergarten and first grade. I love that grade. They're so cute. Right. And like, even though like sometimes it's difficult, but they're really cute. And so I'll be working with just a little bit younger, I think. But I was talking to a friend, and she also was in that line of work where she was working with kids, and she said, like, I think working with kids just builds like this kind of gentle parenting, or just gentle teaching in general that you're able to apply to everyone. Yeah,
because you realize that everybody here is just they were a kid that just grew up. Yeah. So we all still kind of operate in that sense, and if you can acknowledge that, then you can be like, oh, this person is behaving this way because they have all this unreconciled trauma or issues from childhood. Yeah,
it's so interesting to like, when like I always think about like conversations that I've had, and like people always like they go back like, oh, it was because when I was younger this happened, when I was younger these people did this, and it's like, why is it always when you were a child, when you were an adolescent, or when you were a teenager or something? Like, why is it? And I think like after learning a lot, it's like that's a very critical period for like really just humans in general. Like, we're just developing a lot of, like, we're experiencing life for the first time, and so it can be really scary. And like if it's taken, or if like kids are treated like a different way, it can come off as,
not only that, but it's speaking as a father of 2.
Yes, go ahead.
2 kids, 13 months apart, so just over a year, from the same parents, raised in the same household. I can tell them the same thing in exactly the same way, and they will both perceive it differently. My daughter is super empathetic, knows how to kind of like think outside the box per se to like understand emotions. My son is, you just slighted me, I hate you. Wow. He takes everything so personal. So it's literally, not only are we having to battle our own lack of good ways to communicate what we want and need and our thoughts, but also these people just perception is reality. It really is. As much as it isn't, you're still having to deal with the human condition, so it really is. So I just perceived it to be this way, so this is my truth, and then you have to work outside of that. Then that's where you have to kind of work it out. So the conversations with my son are always like 10 times longer than my daughter. So we have to tread on that front as well, as like we all view things differently than the next person. No, that's very true. Are you and your sister pretty different, or when it comes to that, or?
I think a lot of like ways we are similar, because we are really close. And I think in terms of like emotions and stuff, I know that I'm very emotional. I know that
you're a musician.
I'm pretty like sensitive and stuff, and I will probably be the first one to cry. And I'm very kind of outward like with my emotions, but I know like with her, she's more reserved about it and private about it.
Gotcha.
So I think we're kind of different in that way, but I mean, a lot of ways we're pretty. I'd like to think like we're pretty similar.
What's your guys' gap?
3 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've always been like really close, and our parents like they always like, you know, oh, don't go without your sister and stuff. So
Yeah, I can see that from the little I've seen on your Instagram.
Yeah.
You guys are pretty close, which is cool.
Yeah, we're really close. We've been there for each other and stuff, and we're both really artistic, so we can understand each other really well. And like we pretty much do everything together. So she's my best friend.
So once you launch your counseling business, then she can handle the marketing side.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, well, for like the song that I have out, I'm having her like do kind of the cover art for it.
Heck
too.
yeah.
Yeah. I always wanted to reserve that spot for her.
Oh, good.
To be able to do the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, that'll be good, man. That's awesome. Make it a whole family affair.
Yeah.
That's that. Nice. Maybe release a new shoe line with your dad.
I know. I know he would love that.
Nice. What was your first job?
My first job was at JCPenney.
Okay.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. That was a nightmare.
Really?
Oh my gosh. I did not like it.
Yeah.
The customers were really mean.
Oh no.
And just the crybaby I am.
Oh no.
Yeah. I've never cried at work, but like on the inside, yes.
Yeah.
But like they would throw stuff at me, like the customers. We would deal with a lot of people that would steal.
Yeah.
And I know there would be like bugs in the clothes.
Oh.
Sorry, JCPenney, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
get
to
it together,
spill
guys.
a little bit.
Well, this was your first job, so maybe they've got it back,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
back in there.
Yeah, but there would be like, it was learning, growth.
Have you ever been arrested?
I have not.
Nah, neither have I.
have not.
I'm too much of a good boy.
Have you?
No, I'm saying I haven't. Too much of a good boy, unfortunately.
Yeah, me too.
So you're finished with school for now, but you're gonna go back. Like, outside of music, do you have like any other hobbies, or like, how do you like, kind of like, decompress?
Oh yeah, I also do art.
Okay.
So I started out doing art.
Yeah.
And I used to do it a lot more than my music. I used to put that on the forefront.
Gotcha.
And so I love to sketch and paint.
Have you done stuff with like any clothing?
I have. So
Yeah?
some of the pants that you saw that night, I painted those.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
Nice. Heck yeah.
Yeah, and then I have this one flannel that I always love wearing, and I paint it on the back. I'll usually go to like Goodwill and find stuff, and then I'll just paint on them.
Yeah.
And then I used to love like just painting like my favorite albums.
Like
So-
recreating them?
Yeah. Like I used to love this J. Cole album, the KOD.
Okay.
That was my favorite, one of my favorites. And yeah, so I love doing that. I know when I first started college, I was an animation major.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so I used to take like figure drawing classes
Yeah.
and stuff where they had like the models there, and I have to like sit on this really uncomfortable bench and like
Why do you
sit
think
up
it's
straight.
uncomfortable?
I don't know. Artists like to suffer. Like
Suffer for your craft. That is good.
exactly. It was
There's
really
something to that.
We would sit there for like a couple hours and my back would hurt, and he's like, no, sit up straight. I know. Yeah, but it was fun. I really liked it.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that I kind of like doing on the side.
So at that point, would you be doing like the flip tabs, or was it just on a fancy like big screen, like a tablet?
Oh, I never got that far.
Gotcha.
Cause I started out with the basics, so just like drawing.
Yeah,
so,
like drawing
like
101 or something.
drawings
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah, I did that.
So I did that, and then I did a little bit of graphic design, and then I changed it after.
You're like, my back's hurting. I'm gonna sit at the piano instead.
Yeah. So I changed it after to the behavioral health.
Yeah. There's just so many layers to that realm, that behavioral health stuff.
Oh yeah.
There's I think the endless of like, I think the situations you'll encounter, just going to be unending because of stuff we already brought up as far as communication, how we suck in general, and then how you perceive it. So I think there's and then there's tons of avenues down there, because you can take it any way you want, as far as like doing marriage counseling, doing maybe working with like special needs folks, like any of that stuff. But the big thing would be like the taking it home with you.
I know.
That's the tough part.
That's like a part that I'm kind of scared about. I feel like I might need to like go through that just to learn how to like
to train
just
it,
to utilize the tools that I have to.
But that's one of those things where like you look at it and you're like, I really think I would be good at this profession and do a lot of help, but then you view the costs of that and you're like, this trauma. But it's like who can come in and actually do it though, and then have really good integrity about the work. Yeah. And so it's almost like you have to at one point just be like, it's got to be me. Yeah. It's gonna suck, but it has to be me, because the good that you want to do just outweighs the rest of it.
Yeah, definitely. I think it definitely takes some mental strength, and I'm learning that. I'm learning how to build that, and I think a lot that I'm seeing is like people that are willing to sit down and create a safe space for someone else to just really just fall apart, and spill everything, and just have the person say like that's okay.
Yeah, you're allowed to do that.
Yeah, and I feel like accepting that, it's a blessing to be able to hold a space like that for somebody, and I want to learn how to create that much of a safe space for someone else, and that might be like a cost that I would need to, where I have to sacrifice maybe
you would sanity. I'm like thinking about it,
but I think over time I'll be able to balance it out, and be able to succeed both. And I know in my classes they emphasize a lot of self-care, that the importance of self-care, and they're really sweet and supportive about it, like my professors, because that's gonna be the one big thing that's gonna help you get through it. It's just attending to yourself.
Yeah, because if you don't, then you're imagine going to a therapist and they're just like, okay, okay, so what do you got today? What's going on?
I can't talk right now.
I didn't decompress last night. Gladys finally gave out on me. I had to go buy a new car.
I know. That's why I'm working. I think to me, I'm on a mission, especially when it comes to music, that I am on a healing growth mission to be able to work these things out in my own life, in my own past, to be able to welcome other people's. And
that's true, right?
Yeah,
it's true. It's like the Jordan Peterson, how are you gonna go out and criticize the world? Have you made your bed yet? How's your room look?
Yes, that speech.
Have you done the work within yourself before you can go out and expect to do anything else in anybody else's life?
Yeah, exactly. It just feels, I don't want to say hypocritical, but it does to me sometimes.
But also when you realize that you can still do good even if you're not, because then that would be the perfectionist model, which is never a good thing either.
Yeah.
You just got to do it. We just got to do it. Okay, we settled it. You're going to do it. You're going to do it.
Nike, just do it.
Yes.
They were right all along.
The whole time.
Should have known.
Man. So you're recording with Big Baby. So this song you say you just finished, was it? Is it demo phase? Was it fully recorded? Has it been mixed and mastered yet? What stage is it at? What's it called?
This is Situation. So okay. I sing it. I usually sing this song.
This one, okay.
At my gigs and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was the first song that let me go back.
Welcome today, guys. My guest is Squyyd.
So how I started performing out here in Phoenix was I met Paris.
Okay.
And that was the song that I showed him.
Paris the
DJ.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think he was there at Last Exit Live.
Okay. I don't know if I said hi.
That's okay. He knows you though.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
But yeah, so I met him, and that was the song that I showed him, and that was what made him. He was like, "Hey, I think you're worth investing in."
Nice.
And he brought me out here to all of these open mics, and then through the open mics, people wanted me to come back.
Yeah.
And then it was from there I just started booking myself. So that was the song that kind of kickstarted everything.
And
so
it's finally getting into recorded
done.
version.
Yeah. So now it's the next step is it being mastered.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's where it's at.
Yeah.
You send it out. You always gotta send it out to somebody different too, I would say.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, to get fresh ears on it. Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. You'd have to. As it gets beaten down in your own head, and whoever kind of like produced it and engineered it, it's like, okay, this is where all the pieces should fit, and it sounds pretty good, but like, let's send it out.
Yeah, that makes sense too. After hearing it for so many times, it almost sounds just the same.
Yeah, it can almost seem watered down.
Yeah.
At some point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Do you have plans to like have like a video for it, like a film shoot, or have you? Is that on the table at all?
I don't know. I've never.
And can I wear my Borat onesie? No, it's fine.
I haven't thought about it like a video. Maybe not this one.
Yeah.
I think in the next step is an EP.
Yeah.
So I have all of these beautiful songs that are waiting to be brought to life.
Yes.
So
raise them up.
Yeah. So that would be the next step. To
Good.
just go back in. I think that's one of my goals that I want to do. I know that I love performing live and meeting so many people, but I know that it's kind of I do that a lot, and then it kind of takes away from the studio, the other
you got to
production
come back
side
the other
of
way.
it.
It's a balance.
Yeah. It
That's where I feel we
definitely
are
a
too.
balance. Really?
Yeah. Well, we've done so many live shows now that it's like, okay, we flexed that muscle enough. Like we got it. Let's get in the studio and lay these tracks down to actually have something that we can send people to.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, hey, check out, instead of the one song we got out, hey, check out a handful of these songs.
Yeah.
And then go from there.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like if you took, let's say like a break from, because like booking shows and stuff, I feel like it's like a momentum that you get.
It really is a momentum.
You work a momentum, and then if you stop it and you're over, you're not really out there. Like, do you get scared that you might not be able to get back
booked, to get back in the lineup too?
Just
right?
to get back to the place that you were at, that you can leave off.
Well, I think as long as you're still performing in the studio to get the songs right, then I think you'd still be all right. And then of course, putting in your own time aside to continue practicing would be clutch. But I do feel like, so say you're going to, like, because this is how artists would do it all the time back in the day, right? They would before, the way social media is now and whatnot, but like you would go out and build a whole album, and then you would come back and then tour with that album, right? So I would say, like, probably the move, just thinking about this here and now, don't hold me to it, but I would probably take a break from doing what I would say gigs and start focusing on shows. So maybe have a show every 2 months instead of, right now we have gigs. Like, I got 3 gigs this week with them. Yeah. And then next week, I think there's probably like another 1 or 2. And then, so there's always anywhere between 1 to 3 gigs a week. And that makes it tough because some people are always like, well, I'll just catch you the next show. I'll just catch you the next gig. Versus if you build a show and build like hype around it and book like really good quality artists, and you elevate the status a little bit more.
Yeah.
So go back, record the album, then you come back and do some soft gigs, and then ramp up to like an album release. So once you've already done all that, then have an album release party, and then you can do a handful of gigs off of that wave, And then the big thing would be, you know, playing out of state or out of the city for sure.
Yeah.
And making the connections with artists in other places. Because, you know, we're in a place, I mean, if you're playing out here regularly and then you go to San Diego or you go to Oregon to visit family and you perform out there and you link up with another artist, be like, yeah, next time you're in Phoenix, let me know. We'll set something up together. And so now when they come into town, you're their contact. And then you just, it's just
kind of
this
build
whole,
that connection.
it's this whole synergistic model that musicians work in. Like everybody thinks it's just like, oh, you just got good and people wanted to come see you and you blow up, right? And it's like, no, it's
there's a lot that goes behind that.
And it's fun being on stage and it's fun performing, but the work, there's still a reason why not a lot of people do it. The work it takes is still a lot. So even though we're having fun and we're doing one of our passions, it's still tedious.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And people don't see that. They just see the out product. They see like you tagged on like stories and you sharing the good time, and it's like,
oh, he's partying.
Yeah, dude, you did not see all of this, you know?
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, that's so true. I didn't realize how much work goes into it until I started to actually play out here. Because before it was just me.
Yeah.
And it was just like piano recitals.
Yeah.
But now and especially like working with other people, that's what I'm learning how to do, and the whole like building that like musical chemistry with like other people, and just there's just like so much that goes into it.
Me and Dean just talked about it. I just had Dean Nelson on last week. The episode will be dropping tomorrow, but he was just like, you know, he was talking about playing a good show. He's all, it's better than that, or it's as close as you can get to sex without like when you're on stage with like people and you're in the zone and you're meshing, and he's like, it's just the best. And I go, yeah, I guess, you know, it's like, it's almost like one night stands. Like one night stands are not that great because you don't know the person's like how their body is operating, what they're going to be receptive to and all that. And with music too, it's like, okay, how's this guy going to go, or how's this girl going to go from here? So it's like once you're in that moment, then you're like, okay, there it is. And so I was making that analogy. I was like, dude, it's like, you know, like playing out with random artists a lot of times can feel like a one night stand. Okay, yeah, we did it, we got it. But when you're familiar with the person, it's just so much better. Yeah.
That's so true. The chemistry.
It's all chemistry at the end of the day. It really is. So in navigating that in a band aspect, it's like you're married to 4 or 5 people because you're having to balance out all these schedules and whatever they see moving forward with, you know, your idea. It's literally, you're married to these people for the extent that you're in the band. That's the tough part. So it's nice to be solo. The band aspect is definitely, I think, more fun, but again, more work. Anything that's more fun is always going to have more work, or more fulfilling, right?
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, the fulfillment.
Yeah, I never thought about that. But like being in the dynamics of being in a band. I just always think, oh yeah, we're always on the same page, but maybe not.
No, you're not. We're not. As long as we can be open about it. Be like, hey guys, I'm sorry, this is what I kind of saw or was expecting. Like, I need this readdressed real quick. And it's like, ooh, I'm not there, you know. Then it's like, okay, well, let's, you know, because you don't want somebody around that's not there either, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm having to rely on you, but, you know, if you don't want to be there, that's also a thing.
Yeah.
Like, and being in a relationship just because it's better than being alone.
You can sense it. You can sense it.
Man. Anything else you want to touch on? Anything you need to promote?
No. Just those 2. I mean, I'll be there for February 3rd. On First Friday,
February 3rd.
Yeah, and then this song is gonna come out soon.
Yeah.
When it wants to.
Of course. When are you hoping?
Probably in the next month, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, in the next month I would like to. But are there any exciting stuff for you?
Ooh.
Any upcoming shows?
We got a house party on Friday.
Oh. Like you played?
We're going to, yeah.
Oh, you're going to?
Yeah, we're
okay.
going to. Alex Wilkerson. I think he's from Bisbee or maybe Tucson. And then I forget the other band. We're playing like this house party, so that's gonna get wild. I know that. On Saturday, we're up at Desert Ridge, a marketplace.
Oh, nice.
And then Sunday,
like on the outside on the stage.
Yeah, that's such a fun
that's
place.
Nice. Wait, when?
On Saturday.
Saturday night.
Yeah, Saturday night. Yeah, like 6 to 9 maybe.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was a fun. We were there last July, and it was a lot of fun. It's a cool stage. They got the big screen in the back.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
That's like they have like the whole thing there. And I feel every time I see like a band playing there's always people dancing.
Yeah, that and I noticed that when we went out there, people are definitely there to see the music, because people were setting up like, what time are you guys on? Like, and then one guy, you got a couple guys were like, you got to turn this up. We need more of this. Yeah, they're there for the music. Yeah, and as soon as we were done, they all cleared out. Yeah, so that they know that there's gonna be live music, and they're very receptive. It was fun.
Oh, that's cool
Yeah,
to have an audience like that.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Like I said, it's like there could be lots of people there, but if like there's no clapping, there's no cheering out in between songs, like there's nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Another analogy
Tough
is like
crowd.
being on another analogy, not to tie it back to sex, but it's like being on a porn set. I'm performing here, guys. So
I know.
and then Sunday we're actually playing the rock and roll marathon at like 7 in the morning.
Rock and roll marathon.
Yeah, there's a marathon that passes through, I think, downtown here.
Like running marathon?
Yeah, running. So we'll be playing on a stage where like people are just running past us. So we'll see.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll just be shouting, follow us, follow us, follow us.
You're shouting your Instagram name on repeat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that they had that rock and roll marathon.
Yeah, rock and roll, that's a big one. So I don't know how many other bands and stages are going to be. So that's definitely going to be interesting. Super early. It's going to be cold. Ugh, it's going to be hard on the fingers.
Ooh.
From there, my birthday is this month, so we'll see what that entails.
Oh, well, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Nice.
And then I think that's all. Other than that, I'm trying to be better about getting guests on, so I appreciate you coming on.
Oh, nice.
And I'm trying to keep it nice and steady.
Oh, good.
Going from there. So
yeah, this is a really good like setup that you have, and is a good platform. There's a lot of creativity out here, a lot of stories.
Yeah.
A lot of musicians that are willing and artists that are willing to like come and sit.
For sure.
And it's nice to know that there's somebody that, you know, wants to listen to more than just the songs.
Yeah.
They want to actually know what's like behind the songs and willing to like set this all up so that not only you hear it but everyone hears it.
Yeah, and you can use it, and you can you know, hey, learn more about me here, because it's an interview, but it's not. It's I'm having a conversation with you. You know?
It does feel like that.
So it can be a little long for some people, but I think more people do appreciate the real aspect of it. And you know, you can answer questions all day, but I think when we break it down as this, they feel more connected to you in that sense. And but ultimately, like I said, I'm interested in people and stories, and if I find you interesting, then somebody else has to find you interesting. And if I feel I can learn something from your situations and the way your mind thinks, then so can somebody else. And I have a way to do it, so why not share it? You know?
Nice. That's a good way to put it.
So I don't just want to like interview like artists just because they're artists. Like I'm interested in who the artist is, you know, and because if I'm not interested, then they're gonna tune out. You know? It's not like I have already a lot of viewers in general.
Hour of silence.
But yeah, you're gonna notice that I'm disinterested if I'm not genuinely interested in the person, because that's been brought up. Like I should just go around and have bands on all the time. I was like, no. I said I work in a music store, so I see plenty of musicians, and I know that they're not all great. They're not all good communicators.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Well, I feel very honored that I can be one of the artists or musicians that can
Well,
sit
you
here.
touched me with your singing and your playing, and you got definitely a relentless soul. So I appreciate you setting aside the time and making the drive. And shouts out to Gladys for keeping the wheels moving.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's your handle so people can look you up?
On Instagram and YouTube, it is Squydd, so SQUYDD, SQUYDD.
Yeah.
Yep, so you can follow me on there.
Perfect. Thanks again.
Thank you so much.
Guys, thanks for tuning in. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.
That was cool.
Bobby, you're so crazy.